name is Janet and I have lost over 100 pounds following the ketogenic diet. On my channel, you will find a variety of things such as keto recipes, what I eat in a day, and some protein sparing modified fast recipes. And also, I want to say a hello to all of my returning subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. Some of you have been here literally since day one when I started my YouTube channel. And I want to thank you so much for being here, commenting. You guys have all become my friends. I recognize your name. I love talking to you whenever I upload a video. And I want to sincerely thank you for being here and welcome back to my channel. So on my channel, like I said, you will find a variety of things. I do a mixture of things on my channel. I definitely have been trying a lot of the protein sparing modified fast recipes with the dough that I'm kind of experimenting to make croissants and pretzels in my last couple of videos. So I'm so excited for those. They turned out amazing. They're so delicious. Definitely highly recommend you giving them a try. If you have not seen those videos, make sure you go back. It's one of the last ones that I have posted. They are delicious and addictive, very addictive as well. But today I am actually going to be making a keto recipe. So I am German. I come from German descent on both sides of my parents, and we celebrate with a lot of German, well, did celebrate with a lot of German meals and desserts growing up. Even now for meals, I still will make cabbage rolls and sauerkraut and sausages and all of those things for a holiday meal. But one thing that I miss and that I absolutely love is, number one, apple strudel. Spoiler alert, I am going to be trying that with my new, the dough that I've been experimenting with. I miss apple strudel a lot, like the traditional apple strudel. And I miss Black Forest cake. Black Forest cake is literally my favorite cake ever. So for my birthday or for special occasions, what I prefer to get is a Decadent Black Forest cake. So today on my channel, I am going to be making a keto Black Forest cake, but I'm going to make it an individual cake. I thought just to be kind of different, as well as I'm going to make some Black Forest cupcakes. So join me today as I make an individual Black Forest cake and also some Black Forest cake cupcakes. In today's video, I have been forgetting to wear my own merch. But today I'm going to be wearing my apron. I have these for sale. You will see the link down in the description. But unfortunately, you guys, I have some bad news. Is the company that I deal with for my merch is no longer. So as of, I want to say they sent me an email to give me a warning. But I want to say it's as of June of this year, they are no longer, it just didn't work out for their company, and they will be, you know, stopping their production, unfortunately. So that is kind of sad news because I did a lot of work to launch my merch products, and I will have to start looking somewhere else. So hopefully, for you guys, the transition won't be that difficult, because once they are done in June, I will kind of morph into a different company to have my merch, and that will be available. But this is available. I absolutely love it. I know that there is a couple of you that have gotten the aprons, and the good thing about these aprons is it's not like a decal or anything like that. It's worked right into the apron. I absolutely love it. It is amazing. I have gotten a few of my t-shirts because this is a print-on-demand company that I deal with. So I myself had to order my own merch. So I did receive a crew neck, a couple t-shirts. They've all been amazing, amazing quality. I will link a video here of me trying it on and showing you some of the options that I purchased. But highly recommend checking it out, especially before June comes. If anybody has been on the fence of buying my merch, thank you so much. I am grateful for you even considering it, but make sure you check it out in the description, because like I said, once June comes, I will have to be working with a different company, and I'm not sure exactly what they will be offering as far as, you know, t-shirts or crew necks. There's such a variety that I have now with colors and logos that I've created, and I'm so sad that it is leaving, but just please check it out if you are interested. It would definitely help me out in my business. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get started. Today, what we are going to be doing is, this is going to be a dirty keto. I'm telling you right now. This is not going to be a clean keto recipe. This is something that you're obviously not going to be making on a weekly basis either. This is something that I would be enjoying on a holiday, such as like my birthday or somebody else's birthday, that I can make for myself. But this is something that you're not going to have every day or every week on keto. I want to make that clear because I have ate stuff like this throughout my whole journey, not just now that I'm finding maintenance. I have been eating this stuff since I started my journey. Yes, granted, I started out fairly clean keto because I was learning and it was easy for me to stick to the clean keto. But probably about after 6 months of being on keto and I've lost my first 40 pounds, I started implementing some of these. Now, it was not on an everyday basis. It wasn't even on a weekly basis. I'm telling you that you can still be successful by having these products in moderation. In moderation, you guys. So we are going to be using the chocolate cake, the snack mix that I got off of SwitchGrocery. This stuff is amazing. I've had it before. It is so good. And then also what I got off of SwitchGrocery, if you would have watched my pantry favorites video, I also got stocked up on the Good jam. I've had this stuff and used it since day one. I am going to be using this in between, I think, in between my cake. And I am going to be putting some of my cherry extract with the strawberry jam. Just because Black Forest cake, as most of you know, is cherries. It's dark cherries, and I'm just gonna kind of substitute it and play around and by doing that. And then I'm going to be making the cream cheese. Obviously the cream cheese is not a big issue. I can definitely adapt that in order for it to meet my keto needs. And I'm going to be using that as well as some chocolate shavings. I'm excited to see the results of this cake because I feel like it's going to be amazing. I did not try this cake out earlier because I only ordered one package of the chocolate snack cake. So let's get started. It's really simple. It's just a few steps, but it is actually going to be a really simple recipe. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to pan you down so you can see how I'm making this. It's super simple because it is a mix, so you only have to add a couple ingredients, but let's get started. All right, so here is our chocolate snack cake mix. So we are just gonna follow the instructions that is on the back. It is so easy. All you need is 3 eggs, 1/4 cup of melted butter or coconut oil. I'm going to be using coconut oil today, which I have here and melted, and a teaspoon of vanilla. It's that easy to make this cake mix. Sometimes I have added in some keto chow to add some more protein to this. You definitely don't need to if you don't have anything. Keto chow kind of is like a substitute for just adding some more protein. Of course, I don't have enough. I gotta heat up a little bit more coconut oil. 1 sec. Please hold. All right, this should be enough now. Perfect. All right, so 1/4 cup of either melted butter or coconut oil. And then we will need 3 eggs. You can use 3 or 4 eggs. I'm gonna use 3 because I kind of want it more of a cake consistency. If you add 4, it will be more of a firmer consistency. So I'm gonna add 3 eggs. And then we are going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. What I ended up doing is I did 2 smaller glass containers. I sprayed these really well, and these are oven safe little small containers. So this is what's going to be for my individual cake, are these 2. Then I was thinking, instead of cupcakes, I am going to make some donuts because I have this donut pan I hardly use, and I thought, you know what, if I put some in a piping bag, pipe them in here, I really think that they would make a good cake donut. Then we can still have them like with our whipped cream on top and kind of make it like a Black Forest cake donut. That's what I'm gonna do. I sprayed both of those very well. All right, so for these two, I'm gonna make them even because I am going to be layering them. I am going to be putting these one on top of the other because it is going to be a single cake. So I'm gonna layer it and have two. So I'm going to just put some in here and make them even. All right, we're gonna put those aside. Then we are going to take our donut pan. I'm gonna put the rest of the batter in a plastic baggie, and then I'm gonna pipe it into the donut molds. That worked out pretty good. So we are gonna put this in a 325-degree oven. We're gonna keep an eye on it because I'm not doing it as like a full 9-inch cake pan. So we are going to check it around 15 minutes. So we are gonna put those in there and then we will check it at 15 minutes and go from there. Well, that is finished baking in the oven. I'm gonna get started just on my my cherry jam, I guess if you want to call it. I don't know. Usually it's like kind of like a cherry liqueur that is in a traditional Black Forest cake, but I'm just going to thinly spread a little bit of jam with some cherry extract mixed together, and then I'm going to put my whipping cream on top of that. That's the best option that I can think of. If anybody else has any other suggestions, you know, feel free to experiment on your own. But I feel like this is going to be pretty good. I'm actually going to measure. I'm going to measure this because I feel normally what I do is I just make it. I just make it, and I want to have this recipe down below in my website for you to make your own. So I'm just going to measure it here. I'm going to use a half of a cup of the jam. This is the Good brand strawberry jam. They do not have cherry, but I think they just came out with like a berry one that might be able to work, but I thought this strawberry will work. I'm gonna put some cherry extract in it as well. And you know what? I don't think I'm gonna need that much. I'm gonna use a quarter of a cup. I'm gonna use half of this because it's only a mini cake that I'm making, right? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna use a quarter of a cup of the Good strawberry jam. I'm gonna put that in my bowl. And then I am going to add 1 tablespoon to start out with of the cherry extract. And then I'm gonna give it a taste and we will go from there if it needs any more. So 1 tablespoon of cherry extract. This honestly is not very flavorful, I'll be honest, because I did make the cherry chocolate chip protein spray modified fast, and I didn't taste a lot of cherry in it. So let's give this a stir, because I kind of want it to be a little runny anyways as well. So this is going to be perfect. 1 tablespoon of that, quarter of a cup of jam, and our little mixture here is all ready to go once our cake is done cooling. And then the last thing that we're going to, the last thing that we're going to be making is going to be the whipped cream. I decided I'm just gonna make whipped cream. It's not gonna be a cream cheese one. Feel free if you wanna do cream cheese, you can, but I want this to kind of be like a light and airy whipped cream. All right, I have taken this out. This has been cooling for a while, but I wanted to give you an update that the donuts were in there for 15 minutes. And my cake, which is still a bit warm, we're in there for 20 minutes, okay? So that's what I did for mine. It's gonna be different for whatever you make, just like every sort of cake mix, depending on the sizing that you're using, but I'm gonna let these completely cool. Then I'm gonna carefully take them out of the containers, and we're gonna let them completely cool before we even start with the jam, and definitely before we even think about the whipping cream, okay? So I'm gonna do that. I'll probably be back in about an hour, let's say, to make sure that everything is completely cool. These smell delicious, let me just say. So most of my donuts came out okay. Oh man, I really, no wonder why I go to silicone now. I feel like every single pan that I use that is not silicone. It is, I struggle getting out of it, out of the container, but these turned out still good. They're just going to be covered anyways with some of the cherry / strawberry jam on top, and then whipped cream is what I plan on doing with the donuts. And then my cakes turned out really well. This one here kind of stuck to the bottom a little bit, but that's okay because we are layering it one on top of each other. So let's get started. These have completely cooled off now. So let's get started in assembling and making our donuts, assembling our cake. One of these completely broke. This one here broke as well, but the other one totally crumbled, it was already falling apart as well. So what we're gonna do is we are going to put our jam, strawberry / cherry jam in between this, and then we are going to put one layer on top of the donuts, and then we will make our whipped cream, which is going to be fairly simple. But what we're going to do here is, I think these are going to sit on top of each other fairly good because we are going to be covering it on the outside with the whipped topping. So let me just put the cherry / strawberry on here, and I'm just going to put it on the middle because I think that's going to be enough flavoring. I'm going to set that on top. There we go. Now it's up to you if you want to put some on the top again. I'm just going to put the whipped cream on top and around that with some chocolate shavings. Totally up to you though if you want to put some more on the very top of that. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on all of our donuts here as well. And then we are going to top that with the whipped cream. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be back and we will start on our whipped cream. You know what I'm going to do also for this on the inside is I'm going to put some whipped cream on the inside of this. So we're going to do that, but let's start with our whipped cream. We're going to put those to the side for now, and let's make our easy whipped cream. I make it the same way as I do all the time. I've been making my own keto whipped cream forever, since before I started YouTube, because when I hit my goal weight is actually when I started my YouTube channel. So I have been making this even before then. So it's very simple, very easy. So the ratio that I do is a cup of heavy whipping cream and a half a cup of the Swerve icing sugar. That is my ratio that I do all the time, and then I do a splash of vanilla as well. It's really simple. I just keep it easy that way. It always turns out really good. So let's measure that up and mix it all together. It literally just all goes into our mixing bowl all at once. 1 cup heavy whipping cream, half a cup of Swerve icing sugar. So I'm almost done with my package here. But luckily, a sweet subscriber had sent me another package so that I'm able to make all these wonderful recipes to share with you guys. So I'm going to see how much I have left in here, and then I might have to open up my new one. I think I just have enough, actually. But once again, thank you so much to the subscriber that have sent me the new package of the Swerve. I greatly appreciate that because it does add up. Like, these packages aren't that big that we get in Canada, and so, you know, it gets expensive. So I appreciate it so much for you being so generous to send me that. A splash of vanilla. Okay, then we mix this on high for about 3 to 5 minutes until it gets stiff peaks. We are done with our whipped cream, and here what I have is some shaved up chocolate. I have used a little bit of each of these, so of the dark chocolate and then some of the milk chocolate. So I did a bit of each, and I just did it with my cheese grater and grated some because that's what I'm going to use for the toppings and maybe the sides of the mini cake. We will see. But first we are going to take our whipped cream and we are going to put some in the middle of this. What I'm going to do to make myself it easier is use one of my cookie scoops. I just find it a little bit easier when I do little scoops, especially when I have to spread something around, when it already has, you know, some jam on it, or even like the crumbles off of the cake. So I'm going to be using that. Then we're just gonna spread it around, and then we're just gonna put our top layer on top. There we go, and get it into place. Perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use my scooper once again, and we are gonna do the whole outside of our cake. All right, and then what I'm going to do with the heavy whipping cream on the donuts is I just put it in a baggie, and I'm just gonna pipe it on the donuts because I feel like that's just going to be easier. This one here is broken. All right, let's put the piping on these ones. These will need to be kept in the fridge as well too. I wanted to mention that. But we will definitely be tasting one today. Like I said, I've missed Black Forest cake so much while being on keto. I think I've had it like as a treat, like a full-blown, you know, sugar included. You know, but sometimes that just sends me for like such a tailspin, and I try not to do that. So if this works out, this is going to be a great substitute. That's the one that's falling apart. Okay, now what we're gonna do is just take our chocolate shavings. We're just gonna sprinkle the top of these. And then what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna try, I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with this yet. If I'm gonna try to put it on the sides, because I don't know exactly how I put it on the sides. Does anybody know? I'm gonna put it all over the cake. And then I'll try to put it on the sides as much as I can. All right, then what I'm gonna do, hear me out. These are maraschino cherries. They are 2 carbs per cherry. I know, it's definitely sugar. It is not keto, but if you're having this cake once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year, you know what? You can have a maraschino cherry. And I just want to put it on there because that's what makes this cake, makes this cake a true Black Forest cake. Like, look at that. Does that not look perfect? I'm going to change plates here as well too, because I planned on putting it just on this plate to get the messiness off of it. But look at that. Wait until we cut into it. Woo! All right, here is the finished product of the cake. The cake was mainly what I wanted to make with this and to show, you know, a Black Forest cake. These, you know, aren't so pretty, but I'm sure they taste just as good. But this here, oh yeah, this is the spotlight. I cannot wait to cut it open to see on the inside and give it a taste. I am going to cut into this cake actually, and I plan on making this 4 servings, I think. So I'm gonna cut a quarter of it and we are going to give this a taste. All right, we are ready to taste this. I have taken all of my pictures. We are ready to taste this and see how it tastes. It looks divine. All right, let's taste the bottom half, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit all of this in one bite. But I wanna taste like the middle part of it where we added our jam part to see. Let's see how this tastes. Oh my gosh, it's pretty darn close. Wow. This is pretty darn close. It's really good. The cake, I've had this cake mix before. It is so moist and so good. The jam makes all the difference though. I would say you highly need the jam in order to make this work, or else it's just gonna be your cake with whipped cream. But the jam is definitely what changes the taste of this to make it more of a Black Forest cake. It tastes amazing. Now, if I were to make this again, I would put more jam in the middle. I would put more jam, but you know what? It's still really, really good. I would change my recipe. I'm gonna put the recipe as a quarter of a cup still, but if you're feeling like you really like that flavor for the Black Forest cake flavor, I would add even double that. I would add it more. Amazing, amazing. I'm shocked. So good. There you have it, you guys. Black Forest cake. Keto Black Forest cake. I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. I'm so happy to have this recipe because this tastes so good. It tastes so good, you guys. I promise you, you will not miss the traditional Black Forest cake. It is delicious. And look at this. Like, tell me how good that looks. Like, seriously. I'm so proud of this, you guys. Make sure you give it a try. If you tried this, let me know down in the comments. I love talking to all of my subscribers. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like to let me know that you're liking my content. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.